Hello there and welcome back. So we're pretty much gonna pick up where we left off last time. The only difference is I have split the Orzhov color deck that we were working on, and I'm going in two different directions. As you can see, a lot of the cards have remained the same, but I am going to try two different strategies uh, when it comes to this deck and to see what works best, what goes in the right direction. So I'm just sorting the cards out here for you so you can see the first deck, and then we're going to look at the second deck in a few seconds. So, what do we have here? We are focusing in this deck, in version A, on your opponent's hand. So, first of all, we're playing 3 Nezumis and 3 Skullcap Snails. The Nezumis focus on each opponent, which means it's not a crime, but the Skullcap Snail exiles from a target's hand, and in this case, it is a crime. So those are two cards that interact very well with Delny because they're going to trigger twice, and they interact very well with Fortune Loyal Steed because we can exile them, bring them back. If we can combine the three cards all together at the same time, then we get to trigger them twice every time we exile them with the Steed. Now, I only have two Delnies, but I think it's still worth it to definitely put it in this deck and to try it out. Another card that works really well is Lord Skitter's Butcher, and again, it is going to trigger twice if we have the Delny in our hand, or on the field, I mean, and at the same time, bouncing it with Fortune Loyal Steed, basically exiling and bringing it back. It's also going to trigger it, and we have three nice choices. We can go wide, creating more tokens. We can scry and draw a card, which will give us consistency in the cards we need during the game. Or we can give our creatures menace, which can also be very useful when we start to play with Giza and Phyrexian. They're going to hit pretty hard. Add in the Hostile Investigator. Those cards having menace can be a big advantage later on in the game. So that's interesting. Hostile Investigator, I've cut him down to 3 instead of 4 because I didn't really know what other cards to cut right now. I think with the current meta, I really need to keep my removal up, and I'm playing less removal in this deck than I am in many other decks. So, yeah, I think I can cut him at least down to 3 instead of 4, as we are playing an extra Skullcap Snail. So we are now playing 9 cards instead of the 8 that we used to play. So I think that's an okay deal, especially because those smaller creatures do interact with Delny while Hostile Investigator does not, but we can still recycle him using the Steed. So I think all in all, this remains a pretty solid choice. We have the Soul Cauldron because we do want to keep an eye on our opponent's graveyards, and at the same time, it's an easy way to have a crime, so Giza will trigger. And we can very easily flood the board, I think, like this. For removal, 4 times exile an attacking creature. This is really useful for cards that for some reason come back. You have those creature cards that turn into lands, and then eventually they'll come back and annoy you even more. Um, those cards we can get rid of once and for all. Sheldred's Edict, just in case we are playing against someone who also has Planewalkers. This really is a card that gives you 3 different options. Sometimes you really want to deal with a very high-powered token. Usually they only have one of them when they're really high-powered. In that case, you can just deal with the token. Sometimes you just have a creature. In case we need to go wide, Terratide. I'm pretty confident that we're going to have a lot of creatures and a lot of permanents in our graveyard pretty early on. The reason for this is our opponents are going to deal with these. We can block with these. I don't expect them to stay on the field very long, especially once they realize that we are using Loyal Steed. So the chances of us having a decent amount of permanents in the graveyard is pretty high, which means that Terra Tide mid-game will probably be enough to deal with most board states. Virtue of Persistence, removal, life gain, and of course you can bring back your creatures, considering that all our creatures except for the Delny and the Giza will improve when they come back as they trigger again and again. Well, let's be honest, if you look at how many creatures actually have an advantage when we put them back into play, that's a decent amount of creatures to look at. So I think having those two Virtue of Persistences in there really is worth it. We only have two, so I'm only going to be able to use two. But I really think that's a solid card. So then version B, like I said, version B is a variation and it's a different strategy. We're going to be looking at both tonight. Again, the removal base, I have chosen to keep the same. So just like we did before, this is our removal base. So nothing has changed there. Our two heavy hitters still remain the same. But where are the differences here? Instead of one mount, we are actually playing the Bronco as well as we did in the original deck. And there's a reason for that, because I think in this deck, he would be more interesting. This deck is going to go more wide, while the other deck is going to focus on your opponent's hand. This deck is more about going wide. So we have Giza who will create tokens, so we can go wide with her. But I was looking at some cards here that do produce tokens. And the first one is Lord Skitter's Butcher. We also play that in the other deck. Again, a possibility for going wide, and with the token, we actually have a creature that immediately provides us with the potential for 3 power, which we can use for the Caustic Bronco. Then, Preacher of the Schism. This is a really nice card. I have enjoyed playing this in the past. It is a 2/4 Death Toucher. Death Touch in this format is definitely something you can't, how can I say this, underestimate. But the interesting thing about this card is also it is a power 2 creature, which means it will trigger twice thanks to Delny. And that really makes it interesting in this deck as well. And it fits with our go wide strategy in this deck. Last one is Voracious Vermin. Again, a 2/1 creature, but as soon as it comes into play, we get an extra rat token. So immediately we have that power 3 we can use for Bronco. Also, in the strategy of going wide, whenever another creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on Voracious Vermin. So not only can we go wide with this card, but at the same time we can use it for Caustic Bronco, and it will pump itself if they don't get rid of it. And it's just a common. At 3 mana, I think it's worth the try. Also, the first time it comes into play, it still doesn't have a counter. It will trigger twice with Delny. Then the last addition to this deck is Frontier Seeker. This is a card I was looking at. I'm not really sure if it's gonna work or not in this deck, but I think it might have the potential to work. First of all, as it enters the battlefield, you can look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a mount or a plains card from among them and put them into your hand. The rest goes into the bottom of your library randomly. Now, digging 5 deep is really not bad in a 60 card format. Also, it's a power 2, so which means if Delny is on the field, suddenly it will trigger twice. You will dig 10 deep. That's a lot of cards. Also, we are playing 5 mounts, and we are playing 5 basic plains. We do already have a shadowy backstreet. I am considering once we have a gold wild card, maybe get more of these lands. because there are some ways we can search for them, but at least it's 6 cards plus the 5 mounts. That does mean that we have a decent chance of hitting one of the cards that we need. I think that this deck, or at least this card, will give us a little more consistency in the deck. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I know it's not a heavy hitter, it's not a powerful card, but I think the potential to create some consistency, I really think that could work in this deck. Now, I talked in the last video about this one, Restless Fortress, whether or not to try it. I've decided that in this deck, since we're going wide and not so much on your opponent's hands, I've decided I'm going to try it in this deck. Let's see if it is worth it or not. It's only a 1/4 white creature for 4 mana, so it's not really that powerful, but it does provide you with a potential for life gain. We're going to have to see if it works out, whether or not it's worth it. I'm not 100% convinced yet. Some people have told me yes, some people have told me no. For me personally, I've tried it a few times. It hasn't really performed what I would expect from a land card. So we'll just have to see. So like I said, we are picking up where we left off last time. So we still have the same quest for some white and some black spells. So let's get to it. We're still in the testing phase, so I won't be going into the ranked. I know it can hurt us if we don't put all our time into ranked, because it means we're going to advance more slowly. But I really think I need to find the right deck first and the right build to really take us beyond Platinum, because I have found in the past that with the decks and the strategies I've been using so far, we're just not there yet. So this looks like a decent hand. Scry 1, Surveil 1, have removal. We can deal with our opponent's hand, and we can play on a decent curve, so I don't think this is a bad start. Yeah, let's keep the land on top. That way we're already at 4. 4 is a good place to be. Yeah, we can use the removal. Yeah, let's start annoy opponent's hand a little bit. So depending on what our opponent does next turn, we do have 2 removals. Yeah, that's okay. So even if he takes out our creature, it's still costing him a card. So we're still talking 2 for 1, and it's permanently deleted. So in this case, it's just a land. Yeah, let's take the risk here and put the steed down. It's a pretty decent toughness. No, we don't need Giza. We have one. Extra removal. Yeah, why not? Let's play it safe a little bit for now. Reason I want to play it safe is because yeah, let's do this. Then I'm gonna saddle him with the skitter, submit 2, and then we're gonna go into combat. And immediately we see the value of these cards. Yep. Let's go wide right now. We are in a position that we can, so I really want to do it. And yeah, let's pressure his hand a little bit. Let's end the turn. So I think we're in a pretty decent position here. We have enough removal. We can go after his hand if we want as well. Um, yeah, in this case, I'm gonna go for his hand. No, I mean go for his field. We are ahead of mana. If we can keep it that way, I really want to do that. And there we go. So this seems to be working pretty decently. Let's try another one. So we knew we had two cards for discarding cards from his hand. We had one on top of our deck. We had the one in our hand. I was actually planning on drawing a card, seeing as we had the possibility for scry and then draw a card. So I was actually thinking about doing it and then going for his hand. This is not a good hand, to be honest. We do have double ETBs, but everything in our hand is 3. We don't have the mana for it, so nope. And this is also definitely not a good one. Yeah. I think we're going to keep 5 here. This one, nope. I'm going to take this one out as well. And then we're going to scry. Land is not what we need right now. So we're up against green and black. That means there's probably going to be a decent amount of removal. So Delny is going to be a target that's going to be removed pretty fast. At least I'm expecting him to. So let's see what else we get here. Okay. Oh, I put down the wrong land. Yeah, let's go for it. That was a mistake. I should have put the plains in, not the swamp. But okay, well, mistakes happen. You need to focus a little bit. So let's see if we can continue the game without making any more mistakes. So he's gonna go for removal. There's the removal we expected. Yeah. So probably gonna see some more removal here. Let's see what happens. Oh no, no removal. Okay. Not really what I expected, but let's yeah, let's do this one and this one. And then let's just get rid of his creature. So right now it's a pretty slow game, seeing as we're not really drawing any creatures or anything we really need. This one is gonna hurt us when it comes into play. So we're talking about a food token strategy here. Yeah, let's just go. He can't block us. And all the food tokens just gonna give him a lot of life, so yeah. Yep, there's nothing I can do about that. So these food token strategies, I've actually seen them a few times before, and I kind of like them. I don't have the cards to do it myself. I'm not really sure if it fits my style of playing, but I do enjoy playing against them, even if I lose against them. Sometimes it's an interesting strategy. It's something you don't really see as often as ooh, no choice. Yeah, so he does get to draw a card here, but I still get to play this one as well. So yeah. So first I do that, and then I do that. I sacrifice the token, and we get to see what we have here. We definitely don't need that. Let's see, we do have one creature in here. No, we have better cards to go for right now, especially with the creature coming up. That was not what I was hoping for. Yeah, let's just attack. So Delny definitely seems to be worth it today. Already we've used it in the last game. We're using him in this game as well. And he does seem to be very productive in these kind of strategies. So I'm rather happy with him. Also, if we had the steed or the bronco out at the moment, we do see that the Lord Skitter would have been interesting. So yeah, let's keep the lands coming. We are a little bit flooded in lands right now. The lucky thing for us is we do have a Delny in our hands, so if they deal with that one, we have another one, and our creatures are pretty much unblockable for them right now. I don't think he's very lucky with his draw as well. Yep, that's as expected. Right now he is faster than us, and with his life gain from the food tokens, it really does make a difference. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that. So yeah, we are really flooded right now in mana. I'm gonna keep that one in my hand, but we are really flooded right now. So it looks like we're pretty much losing this one. He's going wider than we are, and let's be honest, we have been very lucky in our draws. Nah, I'm not gonna block. I'm just gonna give him the win here. I don't see a solution on how to get out of this. Yeah, you can sacrifice that one. We lose 2 life, and then it's just good game. Well, I don't know why he didn't do that, but okay. Here you go. So nothing we could do here. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what direction we put the cards. Next, no attack, end turn, and he can just sacrifice a food token, and that's it. So yeah, it doesn't matter what he does here. He basically won the game last turn if he wanted to, but for some reason he didn't. Yeah, there you go. So he could have done that last turn instead of playing the gingerbread, but oh well. So this was a game where we didn't really do what our deck is supposed to do. I want to play this one more time. And we've had 3 games with it. Then I want to switch to the other one and see what that does. I do like the synergies. I do like it when it comes out. I like it even without the steed. We still see some production in the other cards. So, oof, this one, yes or no. We do have some early game tricks. If we draw into the mana, we can play everything. So it's a risky move because we are playing a 2-color deck, and we only have 1 color. On the other hand, whenever you sacrifice another permanent, counter. Yeah, let's just exile his hand for a minute. So we did draw another land. It was a swamp. Not perfect, but still better than no land. Yep, double striker. That's a little more annoying. We're at our fourth land now. That's really not good. No attacks. No block. He's just going to take out our two creatures. I don't really want to do that. Not right now, at least. That changes things a little bit. Are we going to go for his hand, or are we going to go for the Surveil? I think we better go for his hand right now. No attacks, and then let's see what he does. Alright. So his hand is getting low on cards. I like that. Alright. Nope. I'm not going to do anything against that. I know that's not the best move, maybe, but yeah, let's. So the thing with Sheldred's Edict right now, if we make him sacrifice one of his other creatures, it's just going to bump the other one. So we're not really in a good spot there. We do have planes, which I like very much. Let him pass to attack. Sacrifice a non-token creature. And alright. And then we're gonna activate this one. I want to draw the land now. That way we have a chance of drawing into something else later. Yeah. So that's a little bit annoying. Yeah. We're gonna do one blocker here. So we are in trouble here. We are in some serious trouble. I don't think we have any other choice but to... Yeah. Let's put this one down. That's the last card in his hand. Problem is, he still has the terror, which I don't like, and he has a 6/5 flyer. So yeah, this is not a good spot to be in. This is definitely not a good spot to be in. The reason I'm not choosing the terror right now is because terror is on the ground, Rakdos is in the air. I can't block something in the air right now with a deck. I have nothing in a deck that will do that. So I have to look at what we can do. And what we can do is we can put the Flesh Scorcher on the field next turn. We can put the Fortune Loyal Steed on the field as well. And then... Oof, yeah. That's game. We're not gonna block, we're just gonna say good game. That's it. So we knew the braids was in there. This is one of the reasons why I'm playing the Soul Cauldron. If we had it on the field, his graveyard would have been useless and we wouldn't have been in trouble like we were now. So it does confirm that the Soul Cauldron is a good choice in our decks. Also because there are a lot of decks out there that actually do interact with it. That Terror is a card I have seen in the past. I've looked at it, but I've never really seen it in action, nor have I played it yet. But I am thinking that it might be an interesting card to play. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. We have early removal, we have the Bronco, we have the Butcher. So let's see what we're up against here. So we're up against an island. That's not always a good thing. Blue-green, all right. Yeah, okay. Let's put the Bronco down. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to block. Yes. Let's put the Skitter down. He might be able to counter it. He does have blue, so it's not impossible for him to counter that. Yeah. So no attack here. Let's put down another Skitter. All right. In this case, we want the token. We're gonna saddle him for 3. And let's see what happens. So there's a good chance he might block or damage. Nah, that's not what we needed. He might even have a buff here. He doesn't. Okay. I can live with that. Ooh, Memory Deluge. Yeah. So I got a Soul Cauldron here would be really, really nice because that would deal with the Memory Deluge. Spelunking, okay. Yep. So he's digging pretty deep, pretty well right now. We're up against a 3-color deck with 5 land on the field. That's a pretty decent dig. Yep. Let's scry. Yeah, let's keep the Preacher where it is. I want to put down the Delny because right now he's not in a position to counter us. Then we're going to activate the Bronco again. I'm going to take the 2 smallest creatures. Delny because he still has Summoning Sickness. Then we're going to go to combat. All attack. Preacher and Soul Cauldron. There we go. Next to damage. Yeah, let's put Soul Cauldron down right now. Because I want to get rid of this Memory Deluge. What else did we see in here? Yeah, okay. So I really think getting rid of the Memory Deluge here was a good start. Soul Cauldron is definitely going to help us here. Yep. So We can't hold that against him. We are at 6 mana. So we do have a creature. Let's play that one first. We do have a Frontier Seeker, which is really nice. No cards. So yeah. With a Delny, we would have been able to dig a little deeper, which we didn't. See, we don't have any creatures here. Do we want to deal with any of the creatures here at the moment? No, let's keep it where it is. And then we can't attack, so we're just going to end the turn here. So, yeah, let's just use it one more time. Let's see. Let's get rid of the deadly cover up. That's what we want. We could put the Flesh Scorcher down now, but I don't think that's a good choice. Let's just attack next to blockers, damage, and let's put the land down, end the turn here, and let's see what we do next turn. Then let's resolve that one. I'm not going to say we've won the game because we definitely haven't, but I am not completely unhappy with the situation we're in right now. Yeah, not much we can do about that. Resolve. So his hand is empty now, which is a good thing. Because that means, yeah, let's put this one down and let's play full power. We know he has removals. He's already played 2 of them. It's gonna cost him a lot more if it's single target removal. So yep. So that's pretty decent. Similar strategy to the landfall deck I've made with the analyst. So definitely a good way to go. Not much we can do about it anyway. One thing is for sure, it's not over yet. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, this is not looking good. This is not what we need right now. Nope. This is definitely not what we need. Let's... So, it's not a token. Oh yeah, it is a token. So let's get rid of one of his tokens. And let's end the turn there. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that. Let's just put in a plains. It helps thin our deck a little bit. This is going to hurt, but we're still going to do it anyway. Take action. So let's see what he's got. Yeah. So here we go again. Let's just resolve them all. Not much I can do about that. So it's a strategy I've also been using in my landfall deck, gaining life with these type of lands. I'm sorry to see it go because it's actually an interesting strategy to use when you're playing the current metagame. Um, yeah, let's just. He can do it. We can do it. So let's just do it. That's fine with me, my friend. Resolve it. Let's get a swamp in there. Let's get plains as well. So let's attack. Oh, double gang. Yeah. This could become a very dangerous situation. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This might just be game, I think. It's a long game, that's for sure. Um, yeah, yeah. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing we can do about that. So yeah. Considering his mana production right now, and the fact that he has a double gang in his hand, this could just be game. Only question is what exact strategies in his deck to finish it. And that's where I'm not really sure. Ooh, nice. Really nice. So this is where we actually need a board wipe. So that's the power of the double gang. So yeah, this is a really serious game now. And I think we lost it unless we draw not that card. So yeah, I'm just going to say good game here, finish it, and that's it. He can pretty much take us out now. These alone is 20. That's another 5, so that's 25. We can't really block anything, so just no block. There's no need because we simply don't have the damage for it. Wait. Oh! That was unexpected. I thought he had enough. Was I that off? Well, yeah, I was off. It was 15 more. Okay, so I was pretty much off. Sorry for that. Oh well. I should have blocked then. He still wins, so oh well. Yeah, let's just do it. So the sad thing about my white right now is I don't have any decent board wipes in white. Although it's a color full of board wipes, I just don't have them. So that's annoying. Uh, which is also one of the reasons why I'm playing a lot of red. Let's play one more, and then we're gonna finish it for today, I think. I'm gonna miss those landfall decks. I'm definitely gonna miss them. I really like them. It's a concept I played in the past as well. I enjoy playing them, and to be honest, I'm sorry to see some of these strategies go because they're fun decks to play against. Oof. Oof. If we draw a land, then I'm a happy camper. If we don't, it's gonna hurt. So, Greedy Freebooter, definitely a good card. He's playing mono black, so he's got removal. I don't like that. Let's see. He's gonna remove it, but let's play it anyway. There we go. Now comes the removal. Yep, there we go. One card down. That's the Lord Scooter. Oof. Let's get rid of that one. Ninjutsu, always annoying to deal with. Another freebooter. There we go. So we're not in a good spot here. Let's put in the token first. I know it can't block, but maybe I can sacrifice it next turn for a scry and a draw. Because we're really not in a good spot right now. There comes the removal, but it does mean his hand is empty now. So that changes things a little bit. Another land, we can't really use it, but we can use this. Sacrifice another creature. We get to scry and draw. This is not really what we need. On the other hand, we don't have white. I'm going to keep it. And then let's put down Soul Cauldron. We don't. Oh, we do have a creature. Yes, we destroyed it already, so let's do it. Let's get rid of that one. Pumping our skitter, and that's it. Yeah, let's block one. We're starting to get into a little bit of a pinch here. I know we're giving him an extra token and the ability to scry, but on the other hand, we are in trouble right now, so. No, I need the planes down first. And let's just attack him. So we're at 6 land. Next one will come into play tapped with a Surveil, so we can't play Virtue yet. But yeah, there's not much we can do about that. Let's exile this one. I don't want him to get the life. In the turn, so we are in trouble here, definitely. We are definitely in trouble here. In the turn, we know what the next card is going to be. Yep, there's not much we can do about that. Pass to attack. I'm going to remove his heaviest hitter. I'm going to go over the block. It is going to give him a scry and a treasure token, but right now we really can't take the damage. Resolve. We have one butcher here, which is good. I don't want his, I want mine, which is a better choice. Yeah, This one can't block anyway. So let's see, can we scry here? Yeah, we're gonna put the Death Toucher in here first. This one we don't need. Delny could be useful. We're not gonna attack. I really need to be able to block. We're just at 2 lives, so we are really pushing the limits here. Yeah. I'm gonna do this one. And then it's good game. So yeah, we were holding on by a thread. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to. But I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm not really sure if this particular deck is weaker than the other one or not. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more testing today, but yeah, this was an interesting evening. I learned a lot. I'm not there yet, definitely not. There's one thing I want to check. So I do have this one 3 times. There is a strategy I'm playing in one of my decks. I do have one, but only one. This is what I wanted to check if I had more than one. Because there is a strategy in my mind that could work, but that would require at least 2 of him. But yeah, okay. It might be an interesting one to play. So yeah, that brings us to the end of today. I really am struggling right now with the cards that we have, what to do, what to build, what not to build. I like this one best out of the decks that I have right now. I think this one is the most efficient. And I'm probably going to try a little bit more ranking tonight with this one, just to see if I can't raise my rank just a few more steps. So take care, have fun, see you next time, and please comment, give me some ideas. I really want to see what we can do. I do like Orzhov, but there is still a lot of work. As you can see, I'm not editing anything. I'm showing you the wins, I'm showing the losses. So I'm trying to keep it as fair and as open as I can. I don't want to edit out my losses so that you think that I'm just winning, winning, winning. Because if I were really that successful, I wouldn't still be platinum, you know? So I'm just going to give you the honest view of the situation. So take care, have a great night, and see you next time. Bye bye.